Hi, wonderfully created. Welcome back to Created I Am. I'm excited for this piece for so many reasons. One, the fabric is beautiful. The design is easy to follow along. It's the simplest jacket design I know you can do where you still have a sleeve attachment. Anyway, let's jump in. So first we need to prepare the material. You want to decide how long you want your jacket to be. It may go from your shoulder to your waist, hip, knee or below like mine. Once you've got your length, the width of your material needs to be double your hip plus about 10 centimeters. That's because we're going to cut the front and the back at the same time. You're going to fold your material once and then fold it again, and then you have 4 layers like I do. If you know you want the pattern to pop, strategically choose which parts you want to be the front and the back. The 2 white lines represent my front where I open my jacket, whilst the other fold represents my back. So I'm going to take my pattern piece and put the fold at the top, where I can see those 2 white pieces and the fold. You don't have to cut the pieces all together, but this is meant to be an easier tutorial, so speed and pace and ease is going to factor in. To make this easier as well, you'll notice I'm only using the front bodice block. I'm going to cut it out using just the front bodice block because it's a jacket and it's not a fitted piece. It shouldn't matter too much. When I line up my bodice pattern, you'll notice there's about 1 centimeter at the top where the fold should be. That's because I'm accommodating for the fact I'm going to have to hem the front when I'm done. You'll also notice I'm not using the block with the seam allowance on. That's because this is a super easy tutorial, so we're not going to have a dart. Instead, we're going to add the seam allowance ourselves, but with a slight tweak. Because this is the front bodice block, I need to remember to raise the neck. Once I've done that, I can then do 1 centimeter seam allowance on the shoulder and 1 centimeter seam allowance around my armhole. But then I'm going to stop at the end, the corner of my armhole. The reason is because I'm not going to do a dart, but I want my piece to have some kind of shape. So I'm going to take my chalk and find the waistline and go right up until the bodice. There's no centimeter seam allowance. Then I'm going to trace it up and connect it at my 1 centimeter seam allowance at the armhole. Then I'm going to go back to the waist. I'm not adding the 1 centimeter. Then I'm going to pan it out to 1 centimeter by the time I hit my hip. What I'm then going to do is transition that to the end. Once that's done, cut through all the materials, taking your time, making sure you're cutting through all the layers and things aren't shifting. If you need to, pin or clip the material in place. Because I put my fold at the top, I can cut through the fold on the bottom. You need to pay attention to where you put your fold and make sure that you have 2 pieces to represent the front and 1 piece that's solid to represent the back. Let's cut out the sleeves. Again, this is a nice, straightforward, easy tutorial. So we're not actually going to cut the arm sleeve as the front and the back. We're just going to use the front again. So if you fold your arm sleeve pattern, it should leave you with a outline of the front of the sleeve. If you still want to do it the classic way, go ahead, but hopefully this will show you some of those specificities, I think I said that right, of sewing sometimes can be negligible. I don't know why I'm using so many big words. What I'm trying to say is that as long as you get the general measurements, you don't have to be so precise sometimes, depending on what you're sewing. So even though I'm going to use the front of the sleeve as the front and the back, you're going to see that it actually just works out. Take your material and to make it easier for yourself, fold it and then fold it again so you can cut out both of the sleeves at the same time. Make sure you're watching the patterns if you do have a specific pattern you want to be emphasized. When you fold your material, you will have a side that has 2 folds on top of each other. Make sure that your arm sleeve is matched up to the part that has just the folds and has no openings. Once you line it up, all that's left to do is to give yourself 1 centimeter all the way around. When you hit your wrist, you want to give yourself about 2 to 4 centimeters, depending on how you like to hem your sleeve. I don't know what I was doing here, but you can see I've not aligned my arm properly. I went back and corrected this. I don't know where the clip for that is, and then I cut it out. If you've cut that on fold, you will now have 2 pieces. Now it's time for assembling everything. If you see my other tutorials, this part of the video is going to be quite straightforward. There are some slight tweaks because this is meant to be an easy tutorial. Grab your front pieces and your back piece and make sure you put them right sides together, lining up the shoulder. Take it to the sewing machine and sew it down at the shoulder, giving yourself 1 centimeter seam allowance. If you prefer, you can press the seam open to make it smoother when you sew it together. Again, because my arm sleeve is just the front piece, it doesn't really matter how you match it up. as long as you put right sides together. You can start in the middle classically, or you can do it like I like to do it and start at the corner of one armhole and clip it all the way around and sew it down. I normally like starting at the front and sewing the sleeve armhole all the way to the back. I don't really use clips if I had a decision, but I'm just doing it to show you guys, just to make it a bit easier to visually see what's going on. When you're sewing it, make sure you give yourself 1 centimeter seam allowance. If you don't clip it, do take your time making sure you're aligning it a bit at a time, holding your material reasonably taut so you don't have any creasing as you're sewing it. Hopefully, if the pattern has been done properly, it will all line up nice and neatly. Maybe a centimeter off, but hey, we're all humans. Once done, bring over your piece and put it right sides together so you can see the wrong side. Match up the armhole and clip it or pin it in place. You're going to start sewing from here, doing a back stitch at the armhole corner and then sewing all the way down, giving yourself about a centimeter seam allowance. Then go back stitch over that armhole joint and then sew down the sleeve. Do this for both sides. All that's left to do now is to hem the piece because you're almost done. I'm going to start at the front opening. Take the material and fold it once onto the wrong side and then fold it again onto the wrong side, and then that's literally it. If you want, you can iron this down, but normally this is a nice simple stitch, so I don't tend to iron it down first. Just fold it as I go. Do this for the 2 openings. Then you can hem the bottom. Same system. Fold it in once and again, and then sew it down. You might find that at the corners it's a bit bulky, so you probably want to use that technique I showed you in the top tip videos, link in bio, and pull on the thread just to help it through. So the neck hole, what's my tip for that? My tip for that is to actually iron it down. This is an easy tutorial, and obviously if you can skip steps we want to, but because your neck hole is curved, it's easier to sew in creases into your material or not sew it down as neatly as you can. So to avoid that, take it to your ironing board and fold it down once, about a centimeter or less. Iron it down all the way around, then fold it again and iron it down all the way around carefully, making sure not to iron in any creases. To help it lay better, you can iron down one opening, then the other opening, then iron down from the middle, just to make sure it kind of creases well. Then you can take it to the sewing machine and sew it down with a lot more ease, and you can just focus on putting that left hand and kind of guiding the excess material to the side a bit so it doesn't crease as you feed it through. I would also advise you to do the same thing for the sleeve and iron it down first. That's because your sleeve, if like mine, may not be big enough, so you're not going to be able to tuck it in and sew. You're going to have to have it upwards. My fold was about 1.5 centimeters because I made my sleeves really long, and then fold it in again to create this nice clean look. Then what you want to do is to hide the back stitch. Is normally better to start at the seam where you sewed your sleeve together, backstitch there, and then just work it through the machine a bit at a time. You can see how it's useful to fold it already and iron it down, because trying to do that now whilst guiding it through may be a lot. And voila, you have done a super easy jacket that can make such an impression if you choose some nice, interesting material to do it in. And to be honest, a long sleeve jacket, even with a simplistic material, it is nice. So yeah, that's it. If you have any ideas about how to make this project even simpler, do drop it in the comments. If you have any suggestions about what you'd like to see next, let me know. If I can't do it, sorry. If I can, thank you. If you try out this project, at me on Instagram at creatediamm. Make sure to check out the description box, because in it I link other useful videos. I put some additional tips, especially if I watch it back and I'm like, oh, that's a good point to mention. And also sometimes I include timestamps to help you find certain places in the video. If you have a spare couple of seconds, also check out creatediamm.com. Come back every first and third Thursday of the month. April is a long month. We have 5 Thursdays, so I may pop up a little something extra, so keep posted, turn on the notification bell. More importantly, I would love you to remember that from the point you were conceived to now and forever, You are wonderfully created.